Well, look what I got today. I got a Valvoline oil filter. Don't know much about it. It showed up here, so I'm going to test it. Open it up, not test it, well, review it. And it says on top here, product of USA. I don't get many of these really, I don't think, too much in Canada. At least I can't find them around where I live. But somebody found one and they brought it in and it's used. So I'm going to take a look at it. And we're just going to cut her open on the old cutting machine here and see how well it is made. I'm thinking it should be made pretty good. I think Valvoline is one of the best oils in the world. At least I used to like using it all the time. But since then I use other things a lot more. And hopefully this thing will cut through simple, easy, and won't take very long. At least it's oily, so it slides better on the pad. See, that's a new trick I've learned. I've got to spray the pad with a little bit of WD-40 or oil. Then there's less resistance for that gasket to hold on to. And then she spins a whole lot easier, and it doesn't wear me out as much. So, well, this one's already cutting through. This one can't be too thick. Oh, wow, this one's cutting through already. So, and there's oil everywhere. Oh boy, I should have had a rag ready. Let's grab a rag here. Oh boy, here we go. Getting the Exxon Valdez here. Oh yes. This was drained, but you know, like most oil filters, do they drain? Not as well as they should. But we're gonna let that drain for a while right here, and I'm gonna come back in a minute. Well, there we go. A lot of it drained out. Thought this thing was drained, but you never know with a filter, do you? So let's get it apart here. Okay, everything else stayed in, that's good. And let's see about this filter. Let me grab another rag here to wipe things off. I've got lots of rags. There we go. And let's give her a good wipe here. Get her wiped off a bit. Glad I had gloves too. That's always a bonus. Wipe her off. There we go. I got her wiped off a bit. This is an interesting sealing surface. It's probably just rubber, but it's kind of convex. It's kind of curved at the ends here, so it's not flat. And I don't know why that is, but it comes out decent. Yeah, it's just your kind of like, just make it a little more stylish, I think. But yeah, this yeah, it's a normal base plate, except look at the amount of holes in this thing. So there is well, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14 holes for oil to run through in here. That's insane. That's also pretty awesome. And how many threads? About 4 threads. Base plate is pretty thick. You can tell this is actually probably made to a higher standard. And yeah, this is not that bad so far. It's actually pretty good. And this is just a normal rubber. Yep, just normal rubber. Don't know how long this was on a car, so I can't say. But normal rubber. Kind of getting stiff a little already, so it might have been on a vehicle way too long. I'm gonna have to pull that out of there, so bear with me again. I kind of like doing clean new filters. These things are just so dirty, but that's okay. That's totally okay. I don't mind. I got lots of rags. Okay, let's put that there. Let's take a look. It does have what we would call a release valve. Got the, well, it's got the spring. They're not the best springs, but they work. So I'm not going to say too much about them. I've personally never seen too many springs fail in an oil filter. So let's see, let's flip this over here. Get this flipped over, and well, probably it's got the nice metal ends, very nice metal ends. It's actually quite a nice compact like filter. It's holding some weight. It makes me wonder if this thing is holding metal particles from the engine it was on, which I don't know what engine was on, so that's something. But what was this? A VO148. I'm going to have to look that up later and check that out. But yes, I'm going to cut the filtration off and we'll take a good look on the inside. Now, as we can see, it was pretty uniformly, the pleats were pretty uniform all the way around until you get to where it is connected, which is right here. And then they're, well, usually always they're not connected as good there. But I don't like glued ones because they come apart like that. And a lot of times they do come apart after being used for some time. So this cage, it's got the plastic or phenolic, I guess, inside of the cage here, which is perfectly fine. They're strong. They're very strong, these cages. But yeah, this looks great so far. And filtration. And let's see. Well, I don't see any sparklies in this oil filter, so that's probably a good thing. So, yeah, looks fine to me. No sparklies. So this engine still looks like it was having some health, which is a good thing. But let's see. Paper, but even though it's soaked in oil, it's actually hard to rip apart. It's actually I'd say a thicker type of paper. I would say it's one of the higher end paper filters, and it is in layers, and it's probably got something woven in with it, it looks like. I'd like to get one of these new to check out and see how they look. But yeah, doesn't really matter. We're taking a look at this one, and it's a very well-made filter. And let's see about the case. I know, the case is a little weak. I cut through it very quickly, and that's a shocker. So the case is a little weak, but I don't see there being too much of a problem. You can see where somebody took it off, that they did dent it with the tool they took it off with. So yeah, it's it's a weak case, but overall it seems like a very good filter, and yeah, I would definitely use this on some of my vehicles in my yard, and yeah, I'd probably give this one a pass even with the paper filtration, but it seems strong, doesn't rip very easily, so it's a nice thick filtration, probably filters perfectly, and Valvoline's a very good name. So yes, continuing to whoever used this the last time, hopefully they're continuing to use a good filter like this and didn't go to a cheaper brand like Fram. Yeah, Fram. I knew I'd bring it in there somewhere. But yeah, very good filter. It's made well, and yeah, I'd use them. All right, thanks for watching.